Hello and welcome to Old Time Knits. My name is Marie and I'm coming to you from central New Hampshire. Today won't be a regular episode of my podcast. I thought I might share with you some future knitting plans, patterns that have been on my radar, things that I might want to knit. Doesn't necessarily mean I will knit them all, but I have a wide variety. I have shawls and socks and, sweaters and all kinds of things. So if that sounds like something you might enjoy, then come on in and let's get started. Okay, so the first pattern that I would like to share with you, and please bear with me, I do have my laptop here so that I can look at the item and talk a little bit more about it. I have shared this with you before on a podcast, and it's called the Accordion Shawl, and it's a design by Jessica Zhang. It is in a fingering weight, and there are two sizes. You can, well, I say two sizes. You could make a smaller size. So let's start. It's a fingering weight. It is 2 skeins. You could make it a 1 skein. It is a paid for pattern. And I actually am not going to be showing a lot of my own personal ideas for yarn, but I did want to share this one. I am going to knit this. This is my fave, Sandra Yarn Company in the gray space. It's a merino cashmere silk blend. And I do have 2 skeins of that. And the pattern actually recommends a merino silk combo. It does say the higher the silk content, the more drape that you will get. So I really like this one. It's got a lot of, it's all lacy. It's very light, very airy, very drapey, nothing too heavy, and it more of a decorative accessory on you as opposed to warmth. So yeah, that is one. That one I'm definitely going to do. I don't know when, but I definitely will do that one. And next up is a shawl by Janina Callio from Woolenberry. It's called the Wild Heart Shawl. I love the color on this shawl more than anything, and that is what holds the appeal to me. I would try to find something similar in color for this. So it is a fingering weight. First of all, it's a paid for pattern. It is a fingering weight, and it is done on a US size 6 4mm needle. And it is a 1 skein shawl. That always holds great appeal to me because, you have that one special skein. You can see I have many special skeins. So anyway, it is a combination of lace and garter, and Janina has so many beautiful designs. I think this one is an asymmetrical. I'm pretty sure. But it doesn't look too complicated, and it looks pretty easy to wear. And again, a 1 skein shawl. So yeah, that one holds great. The next pattern that I really have contemplated and has kind of been on my radar, I'm still not sure. But anyway, it's called the Glee Shawl, and it's by Espace Tricot. It is a free pattern. It is a DK weight. It uses 3 colors. It is done on a US 7, which is a 4.5mm needle. I like it because it has a combination of things. It has a whole section of stripes, and it has garter stitch. It has an asymmetrical, I think it's an asymmetrical, it's a good size. It's 66 inches long, which is a fairly good size. And I don't know, it's just really fun. It's got pom-poms on it. I mean, you could put tassels on it, but I like the combo of the stripes with the plain. And, you could really pull 3 really nice colors together for that. So, and it's a free pattern. Again, Espace Tricot. You guys know that I love them. So that's another one on my radar. Okay, and then the last shawl that I would like to talk about is a very popular shawl, and it is called Vertices United, and it is a Stephen West pattern. This is a fingering weight. It uses 5 colors. I don't think that you need 5 full skeins of it. It is done on a US 4 3.5 millimeter needle. There is a smaller version and a larger version. I've had this on my radar for a good couple of years now, and I keep saying I'm gonna make it. I actually have my yarn. It is right there. And I've had, I've had my yarn for a while, and I've known I wanted to knit this, so it's definitely going to be on my radar. Next thing I chose was a cowl. I think cowls make great gifts, and they're good for anybody, anyone, a female, a male, a child, an older person. Everybody can, use a cowl. They're so very versatile. So the one I chose is called the Every Which Way Cowl. And it is by Kristen Clement. And I first saw this on the Knit Zip Happy podcast. I will talk more about her in a future podcast episode. But she had knit quite a few of these. Nancy had knit quite a few of these for Christmas gifts. It's a colorwork cowl. It says this cowl is the perfect introduction to colorwork knitting. There's no floats, which is huge. And it's a DK weight, done on a US 5 3.75 millimeter needle. So I think that, if you haven't done a whole lot of color work, I haven't done a whole lot of color work. And that's the appeal to me on this particular pattern. And so I definitely will be doing this one at some point. And because it's DK, that just makes it go a little bit quicker too. So I think this is a great first colorwork pattern, and I think it's going to up my experience with colorwork, and it's definitely on my radar. And next up is a pair of socks, and I chose this particular pair of socks because I'm looking to make more socks for my husband. I made him a pair and he loves them. So this is called the Grizzly Socks, and it's by Anna Redshenko, Woollywood Designs. This is an Aran weight sock, so it's a big, thicker house sock. It's done on a US size 6 4-millimeter needle. And I really like this. It has the good ribbing, and the ribbing is what makes that sock fit so good. The downfall to this, or not necessarily a downfall, this is a one size pattern. So it's for a 9-inch circumference foot, which is why I just think that it'd be great for my husband. He has a pretty good size foot. And, so if you have a man or a person with a good size foot, this would make a great, great gift and house sock. So this is a free Ravelry download, which I super love that. So I probably will be doing these in the future, because I do like to have some thicker options. Sometimes you just want a pair of socks on. You don't necessarily need shoes in the house, and this makes a nice option. Probably could even, figure out a different cast on amount, or alter the pattern a little bit to make some for someone else. So yes, I thought that was a good choice. I thought I would include a couple of children's patterns as well, because I do have grandchildren and I do enjoy knitting for them. And so I chose a couple of sweaters, and the first one is the Bean and Olive by Andrea Mowry. It is a paid for pattern. It is done in DK weight on a US 6 4-millimeter needle. It is sized for 3 to 6 months all the way through 8 to 10-year-olds, which is good. That's a nice range. It is a top-down circular yoke with colorwork, and I just love the hearts on this. I'm pretty sure both of my granddaughters would thoroughly enjoy this. It looks like it's a relatively easy pattern, and super, super cute. So I like that I can still make it for them. They have enough size range in that one. So yeah, the Bean and Olives. That's a great option. Also, the next pattern is called the Aosta, I think I'm saying that right, Cardigan by the Knit Pearl Girl. It is a paid for pattern. It is done in bulky weight on a US 10 6mm needle. So it's going to fly off the needles. It's sized from size 2 to 16 years old. This is done in an Andalusian stitch, which I have not investigated, but it's a nice texture on it. It might be too much. I don't know. I will investigate it. But I also wanted to mention that this comes in a pullover and an adult size pattern are both available as well. And the designer does offer a discount if you buy a package deal on all of these patterns. So yeah, I like those. I think that that's a nice option for my grandkids too. And I can make it either for the boys or for the girls. So I like that there are options on that. So that one's on my radar, and hopefully I get to do some sweaters for them this year again. So, all right, I'm going to move on to some adult size sweaters. And the first one up is called the Calliope, and it is by Espace Tricot. Again, sorry. I love this sweater. So I have actually made this sweater, and it is a great pattern. I do intend on making another one because my first one was done in fingering and Surrey alpaca held together. And while I think it's beautiful, I would like one in not fuzzy yarns as well. So DK is the other option. It is on a US size 7, 4.5mm needle. It is a top-down raglan. It has this beautiful long ribbing at the collar, and it also has it on the sleeves. It is just an easy, breezy, simple pattern with, that neckline gives it a little bit of a different look, and I love the way the long cuffs fit like that. The ribbing, it just adds a little bit of different style to it. This was a great knit, and I think it's probably pretty beginner friendly too. It also has extended sizes. Bust sizes are 39 inches to 71 inches, so that is a wide range of sizes. It is really a nice knit, and the pictures on the pattern are beautiful too, so you really should check that out. And the next sweater on my list, I actually have yarn for it, is called the Home Cardigan, and it's by Kadri. This is an Aran weight sweater done on a US 10.5, 10.5 needle, 6.5mm. It is a paid for pattern, and it has a really good size range. It's from an extra small to a 5XL. I really like this because it is a relaxed and cozy cardigan. I don't usually do a whole lot of positive ease in my sweaters because I just think they make me look so boxy and heavier, but this is a curl up on the couch kind of cardigan. And so I am using a worsted weight with a lace weight held together. And I will talk more about that on my podcast, but I'm not using mohair. It does, I think it shows, it might have it in, let's see what they use. I'm sorry. Drops Kid Silk and Snefnug are the two yarns that the designer used in the pattern. So it's very fuzzy, but I do not want any more mohair right now. So I'm going to, I'm using Wool of the Andes worsted weight and Shibui lace weight held together. I did do a swatch, and so it is over there in the corner just waiting for me. I don't know what portion of my list this one goes on, but I definitely want to knit this one. So, and the next sweater is called the Sea Haven, and this is by Jennifer Shields Toland. This is a DK weight sweater done on a US 6 4.5mm needle. There are 9 sizes, chest size, bust size ranging from 33 to 63 and a quarter inches. The appeal for me on this is the textured yoke. It's a basic sweater with a beautiful textured yoke, and I really enjoy the textured yoke sweaters. I do prefer a raglan fit sometimes, but I do like the textured yoke. And I liked this one because it's just a little different, and you know, it's got some pretty different textures on the top of it. So I do have a couple of sweater quantities of DK. I don't know if I'll actually make this one or not, but I thought it was really nice, and so I put it on my list. The next one is a cardigan. And this is called the Travel Cardigan, and it's by Nancy Eisman. It is a paid for pattern done in a DK weight. They used Barocco Ultra Alpaca, and I actually knit this cardigan once already, and I did use the Barocco Alpaca Light, maybe, or maybe it was the Ultra. Anyway, it came out very, very nice, but that it was, I did it in too big of a size, and so it wouldn't stay on my shoulders, and then I just wouldn't wear it because it was just too big. So I would like to reknit this again. It is a DK weight. This is a paid for pattern, and it comes in sizes extra small to 3XL. I love the shape. It has again, that long ribbing on the cuff. Same thing with the Calliope sweater. It has great details going down either side under the arms, and also on the back if you choose. I chose not to do I think it's a cable all down the back, but it is definitely a pretty detail. So it was a nice knit, and it is a longer style, so I like that because you know, I'm tall and I need something a little bit longer. So the Ultra Alpaca was a nice choice for it, but any DK weight would work. And I'm just trying to get a few more cardigans in my wardrobe because I don't have many cardigans, if any, that, well, I don't think I have any that I actually made that fit me properly. So I would like to have more of those in my wardrobe. So the next one is called the Library Sweater, and it is by Lily Reed, Judith and Lily. This is done in a worsted weight, and the designer actually has done it in a DK and mohair held together. You know, you don't have to use mohair, but you could just do a worsted weight and you would be fine. I really like the style on this. First of all, it's a paid for pattern. It is done on a US 10 6mm needle. It has a range of sizes for bust from 30 to 66 inches. It's a top-down raglan. I love the neckline on it very much, and you know, it's just a basic style sweater, but I just like it, and I like that it's a little bit longer or wider collar. That holds great appeal to me. The pictures on the pattern are very dreamy, and I just think that this is a great make all around. And a worsted weight, which, you know, you can choose to do the DK and the mohair, which is very beautiful that way too, but I probably would do it in a worsted weight. So yes, and then I just have one other sweater, and it is called the J Sweater by Rachel Brockman. This is also a DK weight, done in on a US size 7, and the size range is extra small to 5X. This is a free pattern. I love, love, love the color work. This is a simple but beautiful color work. I try not to grab anything too complicated because I want to be able to enjoy the knit too. Maybe down the road I'll get more, you know, comfortable with color work and, you know, do some more complicated ones. But I just like this, and I think that the colors that it's done in is probably, it's just very appealing in general. So yeah, so that is the final pattern on my list. Alrighty, I think that's gonna wrap it up for my pattern wants. That's not all of them. I have a list of others, you know, and there's a lot of popular ones out there that I would like to knit too. I would love to knit the Lento, the No Frills by Petite Knit, the Felix cardigan. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. There's just not enough hours in the day, but there certainly is enough yarn. I also wanted to mention that I do have a bundle for all of the patterns that I talked about on my Ravelry page, that you can go and find out, you know, go directly to the patterns. I will have them linked in the description box down below, I think, too. But this is my first time with a little bit different editing software, so I'm hopeful that this all comes out well and turns out well. And if not, then I will go back to the old way and I'll be holding up patterns in front of the camera for you to see. Thank you everybody so much for taking the time to join me today. I hope that this you know, was informative, and I hope that you enjoyed seeing what could potentially be on my needles in the future. So until the next time, happy knitting and keep your needles clicking. Thanks so much. Bye.